Yes, and moving straight into Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver again. But this time it's just me solo playing it. And then after this it'll be Soul Reaver 2 and then onwards.
Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Kain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow, until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony. There was only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation. I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the lake of the dead.
Cast him in.
Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
Raziel, you are worthy. I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Kain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nosgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Kain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to reave their souls. I can make it possible. Become my soul reaver, my angel of death.
Okay, so this is Soul Reaver 1. We're no longer Kain, we're playing as Raziel, first lieutenant of Kain's empire. And this is the prologue. It's going to be a bit cutscene heavy.
These gates twist space, laying a path across great spans.
By prologue, I mean it's just the tutorial. Yeah, engage and all that, but I need to find other warp gates. If you've watched the co-op run, this is not going to be like a full secret run or anything like that. It's just going to be like straightforward.
You are weak. You must feed.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
Yeah, so what was I saying? It's more of a... This playthrough right now is just a straightforward run. Last time it was more of not 100% all secrets or whatnot, because I didn't get any health upgrades really. But in this one, I'm not going to go for the glyphs or the fire reaver, say. Just standard, let's get vengeance.
Your wings, though ruined, are not without purpose. Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
Ooh, easy peasy. And now to the combat.
What scabrous wretches are these?
Sure, the scavengers of the underworld. Their feral hunger has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
Yeah, and I have to kill both of them. Yeah, son of a bitch. Well, that was actually quite a nice run. Especially if you're a speedrunner, but I don't think anyone speedruns this. Oh yeah, now the material realm and the spiritual realm.
These portals are your conduit between the spectral and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
Okay.
Sustain your strength to prolong your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter will dissolve.
Ooh. So yeah, you have full health. In fact.
You are young yet, Raziel. you still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
Yeah, so before that cutscene, your health will constantly deplete in this in the physical world. It's just the spectral realm that it stays the same.
What are these creatures?
Do you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul, scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood.
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
Yes, much indeed.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
Basically smash them, grapple them, throw them.
Unfettered from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow.
Oh, you little mug. Into the fire you go too. He's making it all dramatic, his death.
Your physical prowess surpasses what you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
Yeah, but it's boring as hell. The block puzzles of the 90s. Yep. This is what we had to do. Hey, but at least we have a torch.
My God! The sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
Yes, but can we open the door?
The doors of the sanctuary were immovable, either barred from the inside or rusted shut. I would need to find another means of entry.
Have at you! Oh, he was pretty easy. Now, I think you can throw this at this guy. Yeah! These guys do respawn though, so there's that little detail. Oh, you can sneak. But yeah, sure, I'll sneak. Let's use this. It's just like a good fast travel point, really, this. Yeah, there's one bit in the game that kind of stumps me all the time. It's after you beat Rahab. You have to get back to the main overworld, let's say. But in general, the entire world is like kind of it's well laid out. Like you can get across it pretty easy from multiple directions. Anyways, let's get to the abyss.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss, my tomb, and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
Yeah, they probably didn't fare too well, Raziel, but I guess we're gonna find out. They're all dead, by the way, so they're spoilers. Voice acting's great, but unfortunately there's... Well, maybe not unfortunately, because I actually do prefer great dialogue that's like, you know, snippets. But in comparison to the first game, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, that was just like full of like ooh. Yeah, completely full of dialogue. But that was a different studio, that was Silicon Knights, not Crystal Dynamics. That guy's gonna come up behind me, so I'm gonna jump up here, get the soul. Get my blade, because these enemies, as Raziel said, their health just respawns. You need to impale them.
Utter desolation. My once proud kin wiped from this world like excrement from a boot. I knew the hand that wrought this deed.
Ooh. Ooh. Sneaky mug. Oh, he's waiting patiently, at least. I like how it's going down to like 5 frames. Not 5 frames. But it's going down to this little frame rate for the battle. If you could call that a battle. I will not be going for that save room. Oh, come here. There we go. That's weird. Shit. Alright. There we go. There is like a dodge mechanic, but I don't know. I don't really care. It's a bit clunky. There we go. I don't really need to fight these guys, but you know what, I might as well just fight them once, because yeah, it's one of those things that like the enemies do respawn, but I'm only like walking through this place once, so I'm gonna kill every single spawn of Kain, I suppose. Whoa, you're tricksy, aren't you? Soul Reaved. Yeah, so apart from that, the bit after beating Rahab, I pretty much know exactly where I'm going in this game.
No! Please!
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
Good. And they burrow into the ground, these guys. And that guy's just gonna slowly walk up. Oh, he's just lurching forward a little bit. These guys are the Malchirim. Sons of Malchiah. Okay.
This charnel house bore the unmistakable marks of Malchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
Oh yeah. Don't worry, they're all gonna die. Oops, daisies. Oh wow, another block puzzle. What will I do? How did I figure it out?
My brother Malchiah was made last, and therefore received the poorest portion of Kain's gift. Although immortal, his soul could not sustain the flesh, which retained much of its previous human frailty. This weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring. Their fragile skins barely contained the underlying decay.
Oh, he burrowed in the ground. Oh shit. Yeah, the game's a bit glitchy, just a tad. that idiot gonna walk into... Sometimes they actually walk into... That's a fledgling of the Malkyrum, so like, yeah. Literally sometimes they will walk into like the light beams. Weird camera angle, you just hold forward and woo! Oh. Oh, great. There's little like bits of dirt there, like that's just basically the Malkaya guys all burrowed into the ground. I guess they're sleeping. Anyways, let's get across this. Luckily they don't have any projectile attacks, so... Yeah, come on, die! Two guys in here. Oh. Oh. Did I just... I might have just accidentally like climbed on that guy who I just killed there. Okay. Now, there's secrets in this game, so there's the Soul Reavers there, basically indicating I need the Soul Reaver to, like, move that block or something. Like, you need it as a key to unlock something. It's probably just like a health piece or something like that. No one cares. And the game isn't that hard, so... Game's not that hard, and I don't need this anymore.
Beware, Raziel. These wraiths are vampire spirits, fettered too long in the spectral realm. When their vampire natures adapt to this plane, they become eaters of souls. Do not allow these spirits to re-inhabit their corpses.
Yeah, so I was just saying, the game... It's not that hard. Especially with the fact that you can't actually die. If I do die in, like, the spectral realm here, I always respawn at the Elder God. Look at this guy, just casually floating on down. Well, actually, this guy can drain your health down. But done for. That's a nice happy meal I had. Okay. Yay, more block puzzles. My favorite. How will I figure it out? Oh, incredible. Oh yeah, this shit. guess it could be a bit confusing. Because the other god said water neither hifts nor shifts in the spectral realm. I guess the same goes for weight, but that's not really explicit. It's not told, so the platform that I just raised. There we go. This guy's the priority though. He's like he's a wraith that's come back to the physical world, which means he will drain my health like crazy. I already hate these guys to begin with, so. And there's 3 more of the burrows. So maybe if I'm quick, which doesn't seem like I am being that quick. Ah, here he comes. No, I'm not having that. Oh, he wasn't dead. He wasn't like stunned enough for the impale. Oh, you know what? I'm done with the staff. I don't really need it. Those guys can chill out there forever. Because enemies can't actually jump in this game. Can they? No, I think the Zeph on him can jump. This sounds so lame the way I'm just saying all these like words that just sound so stupid, but it has meaning, I promise. Yeah, so the Zephonim are like the second boss enemies, I suppose. Or third boss, actually. There's like there might be an encounter with Kain at some point. Ooh, I don't like this beam. And this dish should, in fact, let's just get some health back. Boom. There we go. Oh. And let's just... Yeah, the pro tip is if you crouch to walk in, you can't actually fall off the ledge. So if you're walking like that stupid sneaky walk or crouch, you will not. If I was just to like jog like that, the standard movement, I'd be off straight away with those big beams. Let's take this actually. How's that doing? Alright, let's line it up. Push it in the slot. I want to know how, like, the person on the other side gets out, or if they're just trapped in here forever. Oh yeah, I forgot all that for a block. Forgot about that. Because we need 2 blocks to jump up into the area that we need to get to. Yeah, so like the story, Raziel's a bit, you know, he might be maybe justifiably a bit angry by the fact that, you know, he was tortured by having his his wings ripped off and then like thrown into the most painful death ever for a vampire. Maybe he's a bit salty about that and he just wants to, you know, kill everyone who was his family. So there we go. Oh shit, I'm getting a bit too close to that ledge for my liking. Is there a flame round here somewhere? I don't know if there is. I'm gonna get rid of this stick, the torch. There is a flame up there, but there's also a staff. Have at you. Well, he didn't put much of a fight, did he? Yeah, as you probably can tell, I can get through this game a lot faster than the co-op, if like you watch me do co-op. In the first place, that's one. That's two. I knew he was just gonna like walk into that. I had a feeling that he was just gonna do something that stupid. But hey, 2 for 1. Ooh, I got locked in a kind of like stance there that I couldn't actually do any more attacks with for some reason. And again, if you're speedrunning this, which no speedrunner ever is going to do, because the game's just too boring, you wouldn't even bother with enemies. You just run right through the game. But I like to have a bit of combat in there, you know? It's kind of like Metal Gear Solid 2. You could just stealth your way through it, but I prefer to, like, you know... I just prefer to, like, hold up Marines, well, you know, the terrorists on, like, the big shell, and just, like... Oh, I like to do cruel shit, like, you know, shoot their radio and, shoot them in the leg and their gun arm, and they'll pick up that radio, the radio doesn't work, and then they'll hobble along, and then, you know, just, or hold them up and shoot them in the head. I'm a bit sadistic. That's something I love to do. But hey, they're terrorists, so, you know, fair game then. But it was just funny just holding them up in Metal Gear Solid 2 and, like, just popping a headshot off. Nah, I sound like a sadistic, nasty little bugger, don't I? Oh wait. Do I have to hit a switch? I think I have to hit a lever or something. Yeah. I was like, what should we call it? The grind? Not the grind. The spinny thingy valve sets off the gears, but one of them's out of alignment. Now they're all aligned and all is harmonious and working together. Hooray! Okay, this game, Soul Reaver 2 has like cut content as well, but this one has probably the most... Yeah, I'll take that guy's soul, whatever. Human souls, I don't think they give you as much health as the vampires, but, you know, it's still health. The cut content, there was like, in Soul Reaver 2, there's the rooftops of Ustenhain is cut content, and I think there was some kind of like elemental Reavers that were cut as well, but like this one is the one that Legacy of Kain fans pretty much know all the stuff. Like, so there's like dialogue that is, I think it's just in the data files, really. It's still in here, but like it's not accessible by, you know, normal means. This always got me, the fact that you need this block out to like escape after you're done with this area, but if you didn't know that, there's no feasible way of escaping it apart from saving the game and then reloading the game. Because every time you load up the game, your start point is the first place that you awaken next to the Elder God. Anyways, getting back on track. Cut content. Yeah, so there's like dialogue options in this. There's that's how I got into that conversation. That human vampire hunter guy. In my playthrough with the co-op playthrough with my brother, we did like a pacifist kind of run with those. We did end up killing quite a few of them in the end, but well, no, not a few. I killed like one or two of the guys after I was leaving the city. There's like a human citadel place that in this run I won't be going to, but it's in the co-op run if you want to see it. What am I getting at here? Oh yeah, there's like, if you don't kill the vampire hunters, they start to praise you. They go into kind of like, they kneel and raise their hands to the skies, like, praise Raziel, he's like a messiah. It's just a neat little thing, but like, completely missable. Those are some flammable pieces of tinder there. Well, not tinder. The hell are they? They're flammable. That's what they are. Push it, Raziel. Push! With feeling. Come on. Bang. Right. I hope I can keep up this pace, because this is pretty fast paced that I'm going at. I know that the Zephon bit is like annoying. There's like a lot of they're pipes, but don't be fooled. They are block puzzles and disguised as pipes. Yeah, kind of brings everything to a grinding halt, the puzzles in this game, but yeah, I'm kind of breezing through it at the moment. I do have to like kill some things though, just because of my nature. I like to, you know what, I don't need this anymore. I just realised it's not going to be useful. So yeah, we're getting up to the first boss fight. They're not really... That's something I like about this game. They're not just standard. In Defiance, they kind of just add... They did it in Blood Omen 2 as well, but I don't really count Blood Omen 2 as... really a part of the Legacy... It is a Legacy of Kain game, but I don't really count it as much. But I'll talk about boss battles after this dialogue scene.
Show yourself, creature.
Do you not recognize me, brother? Am I so changed?
Melchiah?
Yes, brother. You should have stayed where the master sent you, Raziel. you will find Nosgoth less pleasant than you remember.
What has become of my clan? Answer me, little brother, or I will beat an answer from your horrid lips.
Everyone is afraid, sibling. You awake to a world of fear. These times of change are so unsettling. Do you think I feel no revulsion for this form? Do you believe for a moment that our Lord would risk his empire upon an upstart inheritance?
Enough riddles. What are you saying?
You are the last to die.
Ooh, I'm the last to die. Cryptic. No, boss balls. Let's get back to it. Right, so Blood Run 2, they're okay. Kind of a mix of like a puzzle and just a straight up like, you know, fisticuffs fight. I was gonna like attack with my fisticuffs. Blood Run, like Legacy Kain Defiance. Oh, I forgot about Blood Run 1 as well. Blood Run 1, they're kind of apart from the last boss, they're mainly the same kind of strat. Oh shit, here he comes. Or is he coming? Where the hell is he? Oh, this boss. You have to kind of lure him in here, as you can see. Yeah, so Blood Run 1, it's still kind of like fighting with like your sword or whatnot, but like the last boss you need to like use shields and like, you know, a bit of strat. Defiance is probably the worst because it's just... It is literally just a health bar. You just like hit them until their health goes down. It's like, that's boring really. Reaver 2 doesn't really have bosses, that's more just, there's like a boss run at the end, I guess you could say, but that's like standard enemies. But it's really this one that is like the best, because the boss fights in this are like more like puzzles that you have to overcome.
Tell me, Melchiah, where can I find Kain?
The Master is beyond your reach, Raziel. He makes himself known when he sees fit, not when commanded. I am released.
Done well, Raziel.
Am I reduced to this? A ghoul? A fratricide?
Elevated, Raziel, not reduced. Consuming Melchiah's soul has endowed you with a new gift. Insubstantial barriers such as these are no impediment to you in the spectral realm. Will yourself to pass through, and you shall.
Oh, new ability. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, pretty much like, you know, Christianity symbolism. And then there's the whole... Because this is just like kind of... I like it and all, but it is kind of just like, oh, boring kind of like revenge plot. Like we've always seen that before, haven't we? It's really like in like the second game where like it branches out into something. The second Reaver game is like the first one of these that I ever played. Like I was not aware of Blood Omen whatsoever, but I was aware of Soul Reaver 1 on PlayStation. Like I may have seen it in like something that's ancient that is called a gaming magazine back in the late 90s. So yeah, I was aware of it. I I was more into Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped at the time, which is, you know, a brilliant game, by the way. Crash in general. Unfortunately, I did not play Spyro. I was aware of the Spyro series, but didn't get around to it. Anyways, more dialogue.
Return to the sanctuary of the clans, Raziel. Melchiah's soul has endowed you with the means to gain entry. Beware, however. This hollow derelict is abandoned, but not uninhabited.
Ooh. Anyways, let's get to the warp gate and use our first warp. Our first engage. Oh yeah, because it's a warp gate and it says engage to start it off. That's probably just a, like, thingy, the Next Generation reference. Or at least I like to hope it is. Anyways, where's this warp gate? It's over here, isn't it? Yeah. Nope. Got stuck in the wall there for a second. Well, I'm pretty sure it said it the first time round. Like in the first warp gate, it said engage. I like to think it's a Star Trek The Next Generation reference. Oh, and believe it or not, but like, I know this game's like archaic now by 2019 standards, but it was praised for its like relatively no loading times, like between, and that is kind of really like a rarity, especially back when this came out. Loading times were kind of like a thing. Shit, they still are with like Anthem apparently.
These artifacts enhance your stamina, enabling you to prolong your material manifestation. Gather 5 to complete the emblem, and thereby augment your strength.
Alright, I'll collect 1, but it's not going to be like one of those prime things for me, like getting those, because like, again, don't really need them. Oh, interesting. I've never seen him drop down off the geometry before like that. Both of them. I have to kill him to open the gate. Is there any weapon around it? Nope. They're like vase. You might have seen that there's rocks and stuff, you can just bludger them. Or they can bludger you. Let's just get that guy's soul. Souls sometimes glitch out by getting caught on like the geometry. Oh, I didn't actually finish him off to like warrant a grab. Might as well take his soul whilst I'm here. That's if the soul will haha! Took the long journey round. Oh yeah, as I was saying about like the boss fights in this, they are the Sons of Kain sure. They're kind of like all kind of like a set pattern. It's more of a pattern than like a puzzle, but like you just have to. No, I like to say it's a puzzle, almost. You just have to figure out the way of killing them. It's not just, you know, use your claws to smack them, but like, unfortunately the same can't be said for Kain. Kain's just like too generic, kind of like, hit him 3 times, and then he's done. And it can be annoying for people, especially for my brother, if you've ever watched the co-op run.
Raziel.
Kain!
The Abyss has been unkind.
I am your creation, Kain. Now, as before, you criticize your own work. What have you done with my clan, degenerate? You have no right.
What I have made, I can also destroy, child.
Damn you, Kain! You are not God! This act of genocide is unconscionable!
Conscience? You dare to speak to me of conscience? Only when you have felt the full gravity of choice should you dare question my judgment. Your lifespan is a flicker compared to the mass of doubt and regret that I have borne since Mortanius first turned me from the light. To know that the fate of the world hangs dependent on the advisedness of my every deed? Can you even begin to conceive what action you would take in my position?
I would choose integrity, Kain.
Look around you, Raziel. See what has become of our empire. Witness the end of an age. The clans scattered to the corners of Nosgoth. This place has outlasted its usefulness. As have you.
The Soul Reaver, Kain's ancient blade, older than any of us and 1,000 times more deadly. The legends claimed that the blade was possessed and thrived by devouring the souls of its victims. For all our bravado, we knew what it meant when Kain drew the Soul Reaver in anger. It meant you were dead.
Oh really? It meant boring boss fight. Oh god, he's gonna charge up his laser, which is the Soul Reaver. But I just have to hit him. Run over here, to run over there, because he spawned there. I'm trying to trick the AI path in here. Oh no, I hit him. There we go. And run over here, to run over there. So I can just get up close and there we go.
The blade is vanquished. So it unfolds. And we are a step closer to our destinies.
I swore I saw a glint of satisfaction in Kain's eye when the Soul Reaver was destroyed. I did not understand the game that Kain was playing, but I knew the finishing move.
From this moment and ever afterward, you and this blade are inextricably bound. Soul Reaver and Reaver of Souls, your destinies are intertwined. By destroying the sword, you have liberated it from its corporeal prison and restored it to its true form, a wraith blade, its energy unbound. no longer a physical blade. It can only manifest itself in the material realm when your strength is fully restored. Once manifest, it will sustain you.
What are you, little soul? Another of Kain's creatures come to taunt this bound spectre.
I did not intend to disturb your rest.
Rest. A body is needed for sleep. Flesh and bones are required to recline. No, child. All I may do is watch and remember, ceaselessly conscious as this wretched world's history unfurls. Ghastly past, insufferable future, are they one and the same? Am I always here?
How have you come to haunt these pillars?
Kain refused the sacrifice. The Pillar of Balance, corrupted to its core, stands as a monument to his blind ambition. Now these pillars serve only to bind me here, my prison and eternal home, thanks to the avarice of your master, Kain.
That bastard can claim no allegiance from me.
Then we share a common foe, Raziel. Return here when you have need. Ariel remembers what others have forgotten.
Oh, okay then. Well, that was a good first part, I'd say. I chatted about a lot of stupid shit. We have the Pillars of Nosgoth, all corrupted and destroyed. And, yeah, I was actually speedrunning it quite a bit. If, like, that was a good Kain fight and a good run, but, like, I have to kill things, so, I don't know. Comment, I suppose. Can I speedrun this good? But anyways, next time, bye!